Hello, my name is Aliah. I'm 13 years old. I've been training for 7 years and I am a second degree. To me, I think that the best thing I did at my black belt test was my open form, because I felt like that time I went through it, I kept a little louder, I kicked a little higher, and it felt like that was my best performance I did. So the most memorable thing that happened at my test was during the first day. I was doing my grappling when it was the last thing on the sheet, when Great Grandmaster Haney Corrales pointed me out and said, "You're doing that wrong." And that was nerve-wracking. But then he took time out of his really long day and corrected me on how to do a technique. So that I felt like that was really kind of him to take time out of his day to correct me. I am most grateful for my parents for driving me to class, encouraging me, helping me work on curriculum, and just being there when I felt like I couldn't go on. I'd also like to thank Quantum Dan and Quantum Gwen. I'd also like to thank everyone here who helped me become a second degree. Like, if they even did just a small thing, like correct me if my foot position was wrong, or they were my trading partner, or just smiling at me and encouraging me that I could do this. I'd also like to thank everyone who flew down to California in support of the testers. I was surprised how many people decided that they were going to fly down and they weren't even taking the test. They were just going down in support of all the testers. My advice for anyone else who is going to the black belt test is to make sure you drink a lot of water, because it feels like after even just the warm-up, you're parched, even though it's probably just in your head. And saying your affirmations, because they help encourage you and inspire you to do your best. Because I took this black belt test, I can now say with 110% confidence, I am a second degree black belt and a red pants.
My name is Sabastian. Started training at Ernie Reyes 4 years ago. My affirmation for the test was never give up, never surrender. I stole this line from Galaxy Quest, if I remember correctly. And I was actually using this kind of like an affirmation before I was told I needed an affirmation. I initially did not want to start training because the all-white uniforms just looked weird to me, and I didn't want to wear that. But then they were like, "Oh well, actually, we're gonna sign you up for XPT, so you'll be wearing the blue uniform." I'm like, "Oh, okay, fine. I'll start training." The condition wasn't too bad, but it was definitely more on the legs than I was used to. I felt invincible, just like the test overall affirmation for everybody. Invincible, power to overcome, can't be stopped, won't be stopped, and that's how I felt. I would like to thank everyone who helped me achieve this goal. I mean, you know who you are. Friends, family, instructors, Quantum Dan, and everybody else. And Natalia. Hi, Natalia. In the bleachers somewhere. And especially immediate family, obviously. Parental figures. That's all I got. I think they're turning off the lights, so I better wrap up. Goodbye, and thank you. Yeah, this is pretty cool. pretty cool.
My name is Mary Morris. I've been training at Ernie Ray's World Martial Arts for about 5 years now. The affirmation I chose for my test was, if I believe it, I will achieve it. I chose this affirmation for myself because one of my greatest weaknesses is my self-doubt. Before I started taking black belt classes, my confidence was low, and I just felt like I'd never accomplish something like that. The favorite part of my black belt test was the victory lap. Just coming back into the gym after the test, it was just full of excitement, energy. I've never felt so much energy in one room in my life, and I just felt so proud of myself for accomplishing it. But I also felt like it was the beginning of my next journey, the journey to my 2nd degree black belt. There was times during my journey that I felt it was hard, and that I don't know why I was doing this, but with all the encouragement and just the confidence I was gaining by taking the classes and the encouragement from all my instructors and my teammates, I was able to do it, and I felt really proud that I was. And I want to thank everybody that did help me through the journey, especially my husband, Rex. He was there for me all the way through my journey, encouraging me, up late at night, cooking dinners, cleaning the house. He was great. I love you, Rex. I also want to thank Conjurman Dan and Sabastian Robert. Without their encouragement and patience with me, because it takes me a little longer to memorize all the training, and just their patience with me was great. I want to thank my teammates, Michelle especially, for being my partner and just pushing me through and telling me I could do this. When I started martial arts, I was 59 years old. It's not something I ever thought I would do. But I was sitting on the bench watching my grandson, and I thought, I should try this. It might be fun, talking to some of my friends, especially Karen Biorgi. And she says, you should try it. So I finally broke down 5 years after sitting on the bench and started training. And it's the best thing I've ever done. I just love martial arts, and I will probably continue until my body tells me I can no longer do it. Not only did I achieve my black belt, I also did find a second family here at Ernie Ray's World Martial Arts. And I'd like to thank all the instructors, Conjurman Dan, Sabastian, Robert, Conjurman Gwen, for helping me with any questions I ever had at the front desk. She's great. I also like to thank Sabastian and Aliah for being my conditioning partner. She pushed me through the conditioning, and when we both started to get tired, her mother, Sabastian and Kathy, would come up and push us, which was great. It felt like we had someone helping us all the way through it.
My name is AJ. I've been training at martial arts for about 5 years. My affirmation for the test was train like it is the test, because you need to be prepared for the test, or else you're not going to do as good as if you were training like it's the test. My favorite part of the test was MMA and grappling. I liked it because I felt more confident in MMA and grappling than all the other ones. During the test, when we were doing sticks, I felt like I wanted to just stop because I was so tired of doing redondo. And something just told me that I shouldn't stop and I should just keep on going. Earning my black belt has made me feel proud of myself, because not everybody gets their black belt. Even people who train in martial arts, they don't always get their black belt. They just quit in the middle. So how I went through with it, I feel very proud of myself. My parents, they dropped me off and picked me up, and they did a lot for me, buy me my equipment. and other stuff like that. I also would like to thank my aunt who found this place. We were walking across the street. We were gonna go bowling, and we saw this, and my aunt said, well, let's go there because we could just check it out. I was like, okay. So we went and we got paperwork, and my parents like filled it out and stuff. And without my aunt and without my parents, I wouldn't be where I am today, here saying this. As I said before, I would like to thank my aunt and my parents because of all the work that they've done to get me here.
Hi, I'm Russell Corrales. I've been training for about 4 years. My favorite part of the test was the night of integration where, we can let loose a bit and have a little bit of fun. The night of integration, Quanjanim Dan calls me up right before I was about to take the written test. He calls me up and tells me to follow him. And he's heading towards Great Grandmaster Quanjanim Ernie. And he introduced me to Great Grandmaster and told him that I went to the Philippines with him, competed in the World Eskrima Championships. And Great Grandmaster Quanjanim Ernie goes, oh yeah, I remember you from the Sunday training from the last test. So that was a pretty cool moment that I remember. The specific moment in the black belt test that was special to me was when they called me up for being nominated for best tester in my division. It's pretty cool that you get acknowledged for all the hard work that you put in. The advice I would like to give to other testers is focus on state management. The test is like a roller coaster of emotions. You're anxious, you're nervous, you're tired. I mean, if you can focus on state management, it'll really help. I would like to thank my wife for the support in my journey to getting my black belt. When I informed her that I wanted to start taking classes here, she really set me straight and told me, this is not any of like your normal hobbies. You ain't gonna just do it for a couple months and then quit or put it to the side. If you're gonna really do this, you're gonna really put your mind to it and do it. So thanks Lydia for setting me straight and believing that I could do it. My affirmation is one mind, and I chose this affirmation is it helps me focus on one thing at a time. I normally get scatterbrained and I'm all over the place. So with this affirmation, it helps me concentrate. Getting my black belt means a lot to me. Since I was a kid, I always wanted the black belt. My brother is a black belt in karate. The person that helped me achieve in getting my black belt is Quanjanim Dan. He had a big influence in me training and how I should go about things. So I would like to thank you, sir, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
I'm Xander, I'm 17 years old, and I've been training in martial arts for 18 years. My affirmation was, it doesn't matter who we are, what matters is our plan, from The Dark Knight Rises. To me, that affirmation means that it doesn't really matter who anyone is, but it just matters what they do. I liked how me and Sebastian were testing together. It kind of helped me having him there because we work good together. It was also cool that me, Sebastian, and Russell all got nominated for Best Tester, and I wasn't expecting to get nominated, and I'm proud of Sebastian and Russell for getting nominated too. This last test was also my 3rd time in a row performing with the World Action Team, which was a huge honor because I am one of the only non-black belt people that got to perform with them, and they're pretty sweet. What's also cool is that my parents and 2 of the coolest cousins ever are also black belts, and with the same association. That makes me feel pretty cool because I'm kind of following the footsteps. A lot of people have helped me get to where I am right now. Russell, Sebastian, Judah, Maddie, Cody, and that makes me feel pretty good that I have kind of a support group. A part of growing and developing as a human is to have something that can work as a preoccupation, but also something that you can work towards and set goals in. And martial arts would be a very good example of that because you can set goals. I would like to thank all of the family members of mine that are here for coming for me. And I'd also like to thank both of my parents for making me do the test. I'd also like to thank Cody for pushing me.
I'm so proud of this guy. Woohoo!